Hello everyone, my name is Marius Carlat. I am head of product management at Trement for CEE region. And for the digital euro topic, I am in charge for the product functional solution. First of all, I would like to discuss that today's information is public. It is a disclaimer that we're not to get in details regarding any technical or functional implementations that might happen within the Digital Euro program or the procurement details that we as participants and awarded company have been in contact with. If I were to describe the idea, it will be basically the same euro with a new form and with privacy at its core. Think of it as public money within your phone, so therefore it is private. It will be available for online and offline transactions, and it will have acceptance across all countries in the Eurozone, as it is the case with the current cash nowadays. A few words about ourselves. So Trement is a Romanian-based company. We recently turned 20 years on the local market, and for the last 4 years we're part of Publicis Sapient Group, delivering for them both business and project implementation across the region. Now, we deliver product strategy and large-scale engineering for customers around multiple industries, including PSPs, banks, and EU public services. Why is this relevant with the topic? Well, we as Digital Euro sit at the crossroad of global policy, real-world acceptance, and banking operations. I want to give you a bit of a context regarding maybe why am I here. And the information is related to the official ECB notification that happened at the beginning of October and mid of October, meaning that we and Publicis GmbH have been awarded first rank in the alias lookup tender and second rank in the app and SDK tender. These currently are framework contracts, so there are a lot of, let's say, legal restraints that will prevent me to go into details like mentioned, and they are subject to implementation contracts once the regulation is adopted. Based on these contracts, ECB will issue service requests by default to the first ranked, and if case, and based on criteria that will be later disclosed for the second ranked companies. In plain words, alias lookup means or should offer the possibility to a payer to, based on a unique alias or identifier, like mobile phone, to link their digital euro account number to an IBAN number that is located within the PSP or the bank without disclosing any personal information along the way. The app and SDK tender will have in scope the development of a digital euro wallet application alongside the integration toolkits that PSPs and banks will use to integrate and enable digital euro payments, onboarding services, device binding, refunds, settlements, and even offline transactions. Now, currently ECB is, let's say, discussing about the digital euro in terms of should and could. So again, there are discussions, like mentioned earlier today by DG FISMA representative. There are still discussions within the ECB Council. So not all of the details have been established. So I want to discuss here about what could be. So first of all, it is the equivalent of cash in an electronic state, meaning that it's public money. It will be used across the countries in the Eurozone and by all its citizens. It will be free of charge. There will be no additional cost of using that product. In what regards intermediaries or distributors, PSPs and banks will have critical role because the adoption will be based on the existing processes and core processes that these financial institutions have, meaning onboarding, AML, we're talking about fraud and risk management, and like I said, offline. Offline is still a topic of offline payments, it's still a topic of debate nowadays because it will be most definitely linked and subject to a smaller amount, so it will be limited at some point. From the perspective of design, as I mentioned, privacy, it is very much linked with what I've mentioned, the intermediary and the PSPs, by the fact that the majority of the data will sit towards the financial institutions, so any unnecessary transfer of information between Eurosystem and those financial institutions will be avoided. In what regards technology, there are several debates regarding what platforms, what solution to be used. The main core is that this product will be technology agnostic. It will offer as much as less technical restrictions, so it has to be easily adopted by every technical ecosystem within the industry. I heard mentioning instant payments, card schemes. It isn't a competitor. This product will coexist, will complement cash, will complement instant payments, and definitely will complement the existing card schemes and the existing guardrails. Of course, there will be enhancements. There will be, let's say, impact analysis done on every scenario, and one example is those of offline payments that will enlarge the fraud and risk, that will also put some new elements on the table, but nonetheless the impact should and would be minimum as it's now considered by ECB. I have like a practical example. When you go to the ATM, you withdraw 100 euros. Your balance account drops 100 euros, your pocket amount is higher with 100 euro. In the next scenario would be pretty much the same. You will be able to transfer from your account, bank account balance 100 euro into the digital euro wallet. And therefore, you'll be using that on existing merchant ecosystem like soft POS, terminals, NFR, QR codes. So it will not impact, or try to not impact as much as possible, the existing infrastructure of merchants. Well, I know I have only 5 minutes, and I know I got us next in line, and I am due aware of the time. But again, due to legal constraints, our slot today was not as much or as big as we wanted to be. I'm sure that during the adoption of the regulation, we'll be able to come up with additional details. And I think it's a proud moment for local market that a Romanian-based company with local talents have the possibility to shape and develop, I think, one of the most important digital transformation projects in recent European history. Thank you for your attention.